YouTube. Hey man, it's the UFC 4 Grandmaster coming at y'all with another video, and today I will be breaking down tips to win ranked games and win most of them, majority of them at least, and just to help y'all win overall. That's all. Not even just the rank. It could be any game mode, career, anything. But without further ado, let's get to the video, bruh. Alright, so for the first tip, we have just use a balanced fighter, bruh. As y'all can see, I have Nate Diaz, who is a great striker. And if he's on his back, it's over. The fight's over. That's an easy submission. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's a good kickboxer and all that. Good Muay Thai artist. But yeah, man, just use a balanced fighter. Who are balanced fighters? Tony Ferguson, GSP, Khabib. If you know how to strike, you gotta know how to strike very good to use Khabib. Alexander the Great, John Jones, of course, Cormier. There's a whole bunch of balanced fighters that y'all can use online, but that's just one of the easiest tips in the game. Use a balanced fighter. And if you're gonna use a kickboxer like Max Holloway or anybody like that, or Bruce Lee, make sure that you're a good wrestler, because make sure you know how to deny transitions and all that. And if you don't, I will drop a video. But make sure you know how to do those type of things. And if you don't, just take my advice and go with the balanced fighters. Now, tip number 2. I know some people are going to hate me for this one, but believe it or not, bro, you're going to have to do what you got to do at the end of the day. Just exploit. I'm telling you, exploit. I dropped the uppercut video, how to exploit on that. I dropped the submission cheese, the standing guillotine. We all know what that is. If y'all didn't go watch that video, go check it out, and the uppercut one. But exploit, bro. That's what majority of people use that. Like 60% of people exploit, and the ones who don't are bums. Sorry to tell you, that's how it is. That's the harsh truth of UFC 4. Yeah, man. People who don't exploit, if they're playing like a faggot, excuse my language, but if they're playing gay, then they're going to take you to the ground, use crucifix and all that, and deny all your transitions. Those are weirdos. Those are the people worse than exploiters, for real, to be honest. The ones who use creative fighters like wrestlers, and they who use Khabib, and they take you down and elbow you in your head and crucifix and do a whole bunch of gay stuff. That's worse than exploiters, for real, to be honest. But next tip, number 3. Moving on to number 3. Alright, so for tip number 3, we have dominating the clinch. Now, Nate Diaz, his clinch striking is like an 87. You always want a fighter who has a good clinch striking, but Nate Diaz, his clinch strike is like an 87. That's mediocre, but I like it personally because he has a strong chin. As I mentioned earlier, he's balanced, so it works out. 87 is not that bad. 87 and up, I would say, is good for clinch striking, but anything below that, that's kind of bad. It's horrible, to be honest. All right, so for tip number 4, you want to utilize the defense, bro. You want to use the head movement, and you want to just get out the way, back up, especially for over spammers who throw straights and jabs all day. You want to back up from those and just try to stick and move. That's my strategy. That's what I do, and that's why I win most of my games. I get in there, I stick and move, and I think defense first. Now, the reason why I say this is because you don't want to just stand and bang with him all day. You end up getting clipped, or you can get very caught and you can lose. You don't want to get caught and lose, especially against heavy strikers like Fury and just McGregor and all them, and Gaethje, people like that. You don't want to get clipped by them. Said in my other video, man, you want to slip those jabs and duck those hooks and get out the way. All right, now moving on to tip number 5. Now, out of all my games this year, I ran into like 10 players who use kicks. I never really seen nobody use kicks like that, but you want to throw those leg kicks and use them effectively, especially if you have a kicker like Gaethje or Barboza or anybody like that, heavy leg kickers, or if they have a perk for it. You want to use those type of fighters, and you want to use them well, and you want to use those leg kicks, and you want to use them very good. Trust me, it will work out in the end. After the first round, their legs should be drained, actually, unless they keep switching stances. If they switch stances and y'all go the distance, then you will win because you have more leg health events. That's very important, and that's why body health events are important too in the clinch. That's why I said that earlier. You want to utilize the clinch and utilize those leg kicks. All right, moving on to tip number 6. Now, I know this, people don't really say this a lot, or you really never hear this, but always expect the takedown. If y'all don't know how to block the takedowns, LT and RT for Xbox, and L2 and R2 for PS4. But yeah, man, just always expect the takedown. And rank, people like to get on top of you and ground and pound you. So you just always gotta expect that. Especially if you have a jiu-jitsu fighter, like I said earlier in the video, you want to always get Nate Diaz or Tony Ferguson or somebody in that nature, like Maya or anybody like that. That's why on their back, they will win a submission like I'm about to right here. It's coming up. I will win. But always expect a takedown. And if you get knocked, this might sound kind of stupid, but let them get on top of you. Just like I said, let them get on top of you. Go to my other video on how to defend the ground and pound, and you will win. As y'all can see, I just put him to sleep. But yeah, man, that's the last tip for the video. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace, love, and happiness to you all. If you haven't subscribed already, I will be streaming later probably. And that's about it, man. Thank you all. I love you all, and I'm out.